Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Wajir Ibn
Everything all right?
Abdullah. I am a student at
Still
One
there?
AI Teacher Training Institute. I am doing a teacher training course. So today I will take an interview with Sesame. So without further delay, let's get started. Hello, Sesame. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are
So
you today?
I want to take an interview. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready when you are. What's the topic you'd like to dive into today?
A topic is the power of networking.
The power of networking. Interesting choice. What specifically about networking are you curious to explore today?
Okay, so my first question is what is the most important thing to
ये छोड़ो
remember when attending a
आजा
networking
देखो
event?
वहाँ के देख हमारे यहाँ गाँव की थी उसको
Um,
देखो
I'm not sure I caught that clearly. Could you repeat what you were saying? I'm having trouble with the audio there.
हमारा
Yes,
बाप
my
था ये
first question is what is the most
हाँ
important thing to remember when attending a networking event?
The most important thing to remember when attending a networking event: authenticity, hands down. People can smell forced conversation a mile away. Forget selling yourself and just be genuinely curious about who's there, what they do. Ask questions, listen, and connect as a human, not as someone trying to work the room.
Okay, so my next question is how can you prepare for a networking conversation?
No problem. So, prepping for those conversations, I'd say two things. Have a solid elevator pitch ready that's under 30 seconds, but even more importantly, think about what questions you want to ask other people. Prepare 3 to 5 open-ended questions that show you're like genuinely curious. That way you're less focused on what you'll say and more on what you want to learn about them.
Okay, so my next question is what is a good way to start a conversation with someone new?
Mm. Forget cheesy icebreakers. Just notice something interesting about them or the event itself and comment on it. That's a really unique pin. Where did you get it? Or this is a great venue. Have you been here before? Keep it simple and observational. Avoid generic questions like, what do you do? Which are conversation killers.
Okay, so my next question is how do you keep in touch with your network?
And consistency is key, but not in a pushy way. LinkedIn is your friend here. Send personalized connection requests after the event,
हाँ
referencing something you talked about. And then occasionally share relevant articles or resources with people if you think they'd genuinely find them helpful.
साढ़े 35
Little
चल
gestures
हाँ
show you remember the connection without being annoying.
अभी यहीं
Okay,
बस
so my
हमारे
next is
घर
what is the
यहीं अपन
best way
मकान
to
पूरे चले
ask
मारे नहीं
someone
है मार
to
भी जो को खाओ पे चल रहे
connect?
चलिए वैसे थोड़ी देर तक कौन दवा
To ask someone what?
नहीं का हमारे सही चार साथ वाह तो अंतर है माऊ को
What
आखिर
is the
खराब
best
है
way to ask
सब वाला
someone
को
to
पता
connect?
करना अंतर मार रहे हैं
Keep it brief.
तू आखिर जो ले
I'm gonna go
आखिर जो ले बिचने तू छा को पता करना जो ले कहीं को आखिर खड़े
in the not quite
तेरे
following what you mean there. Did you want
तू
to ask
आखिर
something?
हमारे से मैं को पता करना मैं हेल्प
Okay,
बंदे
so
को
my
आखिर
next
खड़ा
question is how can
वो आए चाहिए
networking help your
मैं
career?
भी ना पता करना तो आने वाला यो की खड़ा चौके हैं चौके
Networking's huge for your career, honestly, way bigger than most people realize. Most jobs aren't advertised, they're word of mouth. Connections give you access to insider info, advice from people in fields you're curious about, and even potential mentors. Plus, building relationships helps you understand different perspectives and become more adaptable. Skills that pay off no matter where you land.
Okay, so my next is how can you build meaningful connections online?
Meaningful connections online, that's tough. because it's easy for things to feel superficial. The key is engagement beyond just sending connection requests. Comment thoughtfully on their posts, share their content if it resonates with you, and participate in group conversations where they're active. Basically, show you're paying attention to who they are beyond their title or job.
Okay, continue it.
All right, let's keep going. What's your next question?
My next question is how do you follow up after meeting someone new?
Within 24 to 48 hours, send a personalized message referencing something specific you talked about. Don't just say, nice meeting you. Try, really enjoyed our chat about X at the event. That article you mentioned sounded interesting. That shows you were actually listening and makes it feel less transactional. Keep it concise and add them on LinkedIn or whatever platform makes sense for your connection.
Okay, so my next is what is a good way to show appreciation for someone's help?
Real gratitude goes a long way. A simple thank you card, a thoughtful message, or even just publicly acknowledging their contribution when it's appropriate shows you notice and value their support. Offering to return the favor later on is great too. Networking's a two-way street.
Okay,
What's the next question?
so my next is how can you network if you are an introvert?
Honestly, introverts often make better networkers because they're better listeners. Forget trying to be the loudest person in the room. Focus on having one or two genuine conversations instead of flitting around trying to collect business cards. Find quieter spots at events, prepare a few conversation starters beforehand, and don't be afraid to excuse yourself when you need to recharge.
Okay, so my next is what is a good way to handle a networking rejection?
Rejection happens, don't take it personally. Maybe their LinkedIn is full or they're overwhelmed. Don't badger them, just move on. There are plenty of other people to connect with, and dwelling on one rejection won't help. Sometimes timing is just off or it wasn't a good fit. That's okay.
Okay, so my next is how do you stay updated on your networks activities?
LinkedIn is obviously huge for that. Check their activity feed, see what they're sharing or commenting on. Also, a lot of people are pretty active on Twitter or industry newsletters, but honestly, the best way is just being an actual human who remembers what people told you, what projects they're working on, what they're interested in. A simple check-in message every few months shows you're thinking of them beyond just when you need something.
Okay, so my next is what is the best way? How can you leverage social media for networking?
LinkedIn's your workhorse here. Optimize your profile so people actually understand what you do. Even Twitter and Instagram can work if your field leans that way. Share relevant industries to get noticed. But again, be authentic. Don't just post to network. Post because you have something genuinely interesting to share.
Okay, so my next question is what is the best way to ask for advice or guidance?
Be specific and respectful of their time. Don't just say, can you give me career advice? Instead, say, I'm facing X challenge and knowing your experience and why, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Z specific aspect. Keep it concise, show you've already put some thought into it, and always thank them for their time, whether they help or not.
Okay, so my next question is how do you build trust with someone in your network?
Trust is built over time with consistent, genuine interactions. Be reliable, do what you say you'll do. Be helpful without expecting anything in return. And be a good listener. Truly hear what they're saying instead of just waiting for your turn to talk. People can tell when you're being authentic versus transactional.
Okay, so my next question is what is the difference between networking and scamming?
I'm not familiar with SkyMo Zinc. Could you clarify what you mean by that? It might be something specific to your field that I'm unfamiliar with.
My next question is how do you build trust with someone in your network?
You already asked that one. We covered how to build trust with consistent interactions, reliability, and genuine listening. Want to move on to a new question?
Yes, my next question is what is a good way to introduce yourself to someone new?
Keep it simple. Start with a warm greeting, mention something specific about the event or situation, then share your name and great alumni. Not sure I caught that clearly. Could you repeat what you were saying?
Uh, what is a good way to introduce yourself to someone new?
Simple is best. Hi, I'm great event, isn't it? I'm always curious to hear what brings people here. What are you working on? Keep it open ended so they can lead the conversation, not a canned, hi, I'm an eyes. Let their response shape where you go next.
Okay, so my next question is how can you use storytelling in networking?
How can you use storytelling? In networking, storytelling is huge. Skip the resumes and job titles. Tell a quick story about what led you to where you are or project you're passionate about. Stories make you memorable, show personality, and create real connections, not just transactional ones. They make you feel like a person, not a walking business card.
Okay, so my next question is what is the importance of follow through in networking?
Follow through. It's huge. If you said you'd send something over, do it. You promised to make an intro, make it happen. Networking isn't about collecting connections, it's about building relationships. And relationships die quickly when you don't follow through on your commitments. It builds credibility and shows respect.
Okay, so my next is my last question how can you build a diverse and strong network?
I think you meant network there for that. Intentionally seek out people who are different from you. Branch out into industries outside your field. Network with people at different career stages and connect with people from diverse backgrounds. Exactly. Intentionally seeking diversity is key to a stronger network. That way, you get different perspectives, access to new resources, and a better understanding of the world. Plus, diverse networks are more resilient to disruption and have more creative solutions to challenges.
Okay, thank you giving me valuable information and okay guys don't forget to share like and follow.
You're welcome. Sounds like you've been doing some content creation. That's great. Nice wrapping up with the call to action at the end there. Thanks for the insightful interview questions today.